Hey, welcome back everybody. Aji logging into Valheim once more. And everything should be louder than it was in the last video. Well, since you couldn't hear anything would be louder, right? So, regardless, this is where we are. I want to set this as our... I'm going to set it like this. This is Woodholm. And to mark it that way, the Black Forest is up here, and I'm looking at working through some Black Forest, and I've got a tower up here, which is where my bed is currently set, but I'm going to sleep now and drop stuff off, and then I'm going to go back. And not a fire. The front of the bed is not in the fire. What I got 5, 8. Pump it right here. It worked before. I'm not sure why it didn't work now, but whatever. We'll just put other things there. Good place for I don't have enough wood for that. This will work. There we go. That'll work. Clean the bed and lay down. And I hate these ceilings being so close, so I'll probably build it up. So here we are. Welcome back, my friend, to the show that never ends. And we don't have anything to cook. That's okay. Fuel. We're using a regular fuel. Regular fire. The wind is loud. Hopefully not too loud for you guys. And we'll put that in there. That's nasty. Turn it down a little bit, although really it should be up there. Now we should go and see if we can find some birds. The birds during weather will land and be less skittish when they take off. So it's a good time for hunting birds. And here also don't flee as easily. So, what are we needing? We are needing... We've already done him, so... What we're needing is prepping for where's what we have. We need wood. And we need to find crypts. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna move all of these over to this side. Let's go get a bunch of wood. Still meadows here. So this is Black Forest up there. So we're in a relatively safe zone. Unfortunately, this part is some of the boring part, but it has to be done. No matter how you're playing, you still got to get your stuff. You have to have this in order to build yourself up so that you can base your enemies. So remember, why are we here? We're here because Odin needs us to kill his enemies. So we're going to kill these boss dudes. So we got one already, Ichthid. And there are more. There's circular stones in the starting area. That's our list of our targets. So we're going after it. I'm going to be out here killing this stuff until my axe needs repair. Or I get full, whichever comes first. Soon we'll be chopping these down, but as you can see, I can't chop them down right now. They're too hard. But when we get, oh, and now my axe needs repair. So back to the place. That was a bummer. But my spear in my hand, I could have speared him. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss this in there for now, and we're going to put this up there, because I have not found that big old hammer thing is really all that great. Let's put all the wood in here. We'll put this in here as well. We'll put some food away. We don't have to have it on us. Get some birds off of the tree, feathers. I had to pause you to cough. So I can only get, if I have a schmelter, I can only get 3. Oh, come on. I can only get 3 bronze right now. I need copper and I need tin for some things. And they're important. But mostly early on, I need them for making the bronze. So there will be furniture stuff and housing stuff that I'm going to need the bronze, copper, and tin for. Like there's a pot that you have to get. And it's kind of a boiler. And it's to make more advanced foods. It's the first step in the road to making really good foods. And, that's one of our early chores is getting food that's going to last a little longer. As you can see, we get health and stamina from our foods. And so if we have better foods, we get more health and we get more stamina. That's just the way they structured this game, which is interesting structure, but we'll work within it. We're at 1000 hours, so it's still early morning, mid-morning. And you can see I've got about 9 minutes, that's real life minutes, left on my food. Which is a good portion of the day. My axe is already half down again. Finished cutting what I've already hewed. Now once we have bronze, we can also make a set of nails, which allows us to make a heart and a bronze knuckles. That's one of our next things. That and a nice bronze axe, which will last way longer than this one does. So we're doing on weight, we're 337, so we can hew another tree. Drop these into doubles. Two trees in one. We have to try not to hit that stone because the stone will dull our axe, which requires repairs. And we lost the axe element. Do I have another one on me? No, I still have a stone axe. Maybe I'll throw that in my bag and then I can use that after when I get things like that happen. The other way I can get some wood is I can tear those houses apart. But I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that yet. I know that for one of them I want to put some stuff in there for doing my crafting. So until we get to that, we'll go with what we have here. Now, I think now is when I'm going to go ahead and start to work up some better values on housing. So let's pop out here and look at what we got. So I would like to push this out 1. in some direction, and probably this direction. So let's see, we need to flatten this out. You can see my stamina is used when I'm doing this, and so it's another reason to get the food up, because it takes us less time to do the stuff we have to do to get through a day. You can see this dips down a little bit. We're going to pump it up. It takes wood to do that, so I don't do it very often, and I don't do it lightly, because eventually we're going to need all that wood. You can see we're not really too bad on this side, but we won't have room to go back really at all. Well, maybe. So we only need to go back to here. Yeah, we'll probably have room. So we can add one. I don't know if I want to, though. If I wanted to add one, I would probably add one in the front. Hello, Buckeye. Talked to Les before he came, because less is more. Some remains from when I tore this building apart. This is where I'm probably going to put my planting. So I haven't got anything to plant yet, but I will. And we'll make first carrots. Okay. Now let's put some boxes up. We're going to need 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Let's fix this first, actually. Okay. Now you're going to see how to extend a house. It's really not difficult. I mean, nothing about this game is really super difficult. But they like to start with weird shapes. And so I'm not going to bust that up. I'm going to leave it the way it is. To pull up my thing, and we're going to put full-size walls in. This is the side we were going to expand, or this is the side? This is the side we're going to expand. This is where we're going to put other stuff we need. I may put the bed on the other side and put the crafting tables on this side. There are reasons for that. That's all good. Take that out. And there we go. And we're going to put the side brace on. As you can see, it's going to be higher than what we have now. And it does not want to go. There we go. And one on this side. It's too far away, isn't it? Alright. There we go. to put a 45-degree ceiling or roof tiles on there. And there we go. Oh, don't fall in. There's the thing we're going to do. We're going to put a ladder right there in the middle of the thing, and it'll just be there. Okay, so now we're going to take this center. I could have left that, but can't quite get that one. This one next to it. Bing. That fell in. All right. Go in there. Come on, man, it's not that far. Being a pill, dude. Okay. Now, we are covered just in case we have to go to bed for the night, but I'm going to put these on there anyway. So we're going to do the downward slope. Oh, that's funny. And that will overlap the roof so that we get the equivalent of covered. It is 1656 right now, and I think that's probably enough for right now. We're at 23 minutes into the game so far, so sorry, hopefully you're not hearing me anymore when I cough. I'm trying to get better at that because it's kind of bad. There's this I wanted to put here, this I wanted to take out. That can go here. Let's fix everything. This will just be like a backup axe. So now it is imbued with fire. If I hit a bad guy with it, they'll catch on fire. It won't give them squat for damage because it's a pretty low-level axe, but it is, you know, a thing. So let's turn on our light and put our hammer back in our hand. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is we're prepping for the next stage. We're not going to do the whole thing right now, but we're going to start a process with boards on the floor. So if we look at this, the boards go sideways. So we want to keep the boards the same way, and so it looks the same once we put it all together. So. On this side, we went chimney plus 1. So we're going to go chimney plus 1. However, there is another piece that we need to think about adding. So let's come on, man. I think what we'll do is we'll move the barbecue outside and put the pot in there. We might be able to fit it in. It'll probably be fine. But there we go. Here we are. So this, we'll move that later out to the corner, so we're going to leave that blank. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a fire down there while I have it here. I'll just put it there, and we're going to, right now it's sucking up the same flue. So that's probably fine for now. You know, we need to make sure that we maintain a good suction out the door with smoke. So I think I will go with the other things. How's our food is good, 23, 25, 23, so we're good on that. So let's nap. It's time to go to sleep and wake up in the morning. A nice, deep, dreamless, well, okay, maybe not dreamless sleep. It was dreamless, what do you know? And look, we saved the world. Now we're going to make some boxes. We have the wall set the way we want it. I'm going to go back until we can't anymore. Come forward a little bit. I'm not going to scrunch these all real close together, but I am kind of picky about the way my boxes look. I want the fronts to be relatively even. That's just me. You can do it any way you want. You know why? Because it's your game. Just like I can do it any way I want because it's my game. I'm going to do this one. And if we slide to that back, we can pick that up until just the level we want. Pop it in there. Remember, you have to be pointed at the back wall in order to get that, and that's going to be pretty good. We're going to put one of these right here. And that's because we want light. So for now, that's where our bed is. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move stuff. Now, I like these first two boxes to be right when I come inside. I think I'm going to turn that door around so that it opens this way, and I'll put my bed back here. This is not covered by fire. I don't know, maybe I'll leave it the way it is. I much wood do I got left? Plenty. That's 10 wood. 10 of these wood per chest that we make. And I'm going to tear those 3 apart. So I've got enough for almost 20 chests. I put down 6. So if I put 6 more, it's going to take 120 wood. I don't think I have any on my person. And what we do here is we just stack them up. Those are off just a little bit. That'll probably drive me crazy, but I'm hoping I can just get out of it without not doing anything about it. And make up a little in the gap. Okay, now, as I was saying before, I like these first couple to be things that are not used by the crafting table but are used, and they're heavier, so wood and stone for the most part. So I usually put 2 to 4 boxes of wood. We're going to go with 2. And ore. So, first we got wood. We're going to put these 2 on the bottom. We can put the non-usual wood on top. We have 2 different types, and we're going to have 2 different rows there. Then we're going to put our ore here. I usually like to put them like that. I'm going to put our stone down there. Eventually we'll have a lot of stone. We don't have any yet. And we're going to put some of this. Actually, we're not going to put that because we use that in crafting. So we're going to go over here to right across from the crafting table and put the stuff we're going to use in crafting right there. And so now the craft table will just pull straight from that bucket. This is going to be all our special junk. So coins and stuff like that. Here, I got coins over here. So that's some special junk. So we're going to put those in. Coins first, and then it's amber, pearls, and ruby. And then coins will go across the top after we fill that stack. Okay. Now the other thing, did I just put those in here? I did. The other thing that comes inside with us a lot is going to be the resin and the dwarf eyes. And we're going to be using both of those later, crafting stuff, but not on the table. And I also want to get rid of this. Better if we go to a fine view so we're not destroying see how you can see the ladder in there, and then when you center click your mouse button it kills the ladder and not everything else. So this has to go, and we need to make sure this is empty. Okay, so this is the same thing. It's anchored to that back wall. So first we take out the anchors. Then we want to make sure these are empty. And this part's not empty, okay? This is unusual stuff, so this is stuff for the crafting table. That's our 3 types of leather, and that goes into some of our stuff, and the hard antlers also go into some of our stuff. Now we usually have heads, and I put the head somewhere out of the way, so we're going to put all our heads right there, whatever we happen to get. I think that's all we have. Empty, 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 hit my hammer, kill those, and then start to kill these. Here I want a wall, and I don't want to get interrupted, so I'm just going to put that wall in right now. Back to my repair tab. Piece of floor. So I'll need to replace that. Now I have done floors where I've checkered the floor, and they look all right. But, you know, not my thing really anymore. Now the door is a single wide instead of the double wide, so we're going to have to do something a little different here. We're going to put this on there, and we're going to put this on there. And then we're going to put this up there. And then because I am tweaky that way, I'm going to put this one up there as well. And then I'm going to cover that hole with a piece of wall. Now we just need the roof, and this expansion is done. Okay, now, because we're doing the deal, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So I am going to match these boards. So I have one right there, and I have one of these right there. And I'm too far away. There we go. And then I'm going to put this one, I'm going to spin, come on, spin. And then one more spin. And then these will be full-sized. And now, just because I usually like to do this, I'm going to put the holes in the corners. And I didn't do it here for obvious reasons. But one there. Make my ladders again. Now, these, you can stand on these lesser slopes. It doesn't boot you. So, and we're gonna drop a couple of these. If I can reach. And then I'm going to put one here. And one here. right there. And that gets us what we needed for flue. So you can see we've got a 3. It probably would look better, and I'm going to do it right now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that. And the reason is because if we get too much smaller, the smoke won't come out the hole. They tested it at one point, and the smoke is kind of finicky. It has to have a certain size of hole in order for it to escape. So like in here, you can see there is a tiny gap there, but no smoke's going to come through. And here, the smoke is getting drawn up instead of coming into the house. So making sure that I could replace this with a half piece, when I may do that at some point, but because with that being as wide as it is, it's drawing that up pretty good. So anyway, then we need to move this back. Again, we're going to destroy that. We're going to build a crafting table. I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to put this other one over. What am I stepping on that thing? There we go. Eventually we're going to be squeezing a lot of those little parts into this area, so that's why I was being so careful with how I place that. Eventually I think we have 5 items for the crafting table and 5 items for the forge, and the forge is going to go right here in this spot. We'll have a little gap so I can put some things between, and then some things will go up on this wall, and some will go outside, and etc. So there we have the expansion completed. We're in a place where we're good with our house. So now the only thing I want to do is I want to add one more thing, and that is comfort. So you can see this one, I require 4 pieces of deer hide. And I can build a rug right here, and that rug will provide extra comfort. So you can see there it says I have comfort 4, which gives me 11 minutes real time of rested experience bonus. And then once it runs out, you are no longer well rested, will pop up on your screen, and you go back to regular experience level. That's 1,500 hours. And most of our Black Forest is up north, but I'm going to try and hunt me a deer. There's one right there. Have we done bees? I think we did bees at the other place, right? Let me get that. We had some arrows and some amber in there. This might make a good source of wood for later. I like these farms because for numerous reasons. One, they have lots of little flat spaces that you can turn into, like, here's my little garden. Over here I'm going to put, I've got bushes there already. I can add some more plant stuff like flowers or whatever that I need for cooking later. And once I tear this out, I'll have another little small brown flat area. And so with those, I can build the things. I still need to figure out where I'm going to put my smelter, which I think my smelter and my is going to go here, where that house is, which is a big house, but I liked this one better from the standpoint of where it was sitting, and so that's why I went with that instead. So I will tear that apart, and now that we have that other deer hide, we're going to put this in, and you can see the difference. Doesn't matter where you put it. I mean, I usually put it next to the bed. And you can see now it says Comfort 5, and in a minute my comfort will get updated. My rested bonus will be updated, and it's 12 minutes. Now the next thing that I will build will be a chair, and that'll add another one. And then we have some hanging things that we can build, like a thing with my crest on it, and that will go over next to the door, and that will give us another comfort. And there are some things that give you two comfort. So we see everything now gives us one. And if we look at the comfort that we got, we have one for the fire, one for being inside a house, one for having a bed, one for having the thing, and I believe is one or two that are base. So something I probably added. Maybe the bed doesn't add to it. So anyway, we're going to sleep. There is a better bed eventually that will add to your comfort, and there's other things that you can get that will add to your comfort that are all helpful, especially when you're away from the house for a while. Now, we need to find the extent of where the Black Forest is. So I'm going to go straight west and see where it is. And we have been 48 minutes, so we got about 10 minutes to do some exploring. And that's a little bit south of east, so there's we're going west. See what we got. There was a old show called Camelot. I think it was called Camelot, but it was a musical with a couple of really famous actors from the time. Bees, more bees. And we will get those bees. Where is they? He is right there. So if I can slip it right in there. No. If I aim high enough, maybe. Go back a little bit. That sailed off into the... Oh, okay, and I'm using the wrong arrows too. Expensive. Stop! Once you get your aim down, you can hit most anything you want to hit. Got the honey. Did I get the queen bee? I don't see the queen bee. Okay, fine. I need 8 pieces of wood, maybe 10 pieces of wood. And then 2 for ladder. Never hurts to have a little bit of wood on you. I didn't bring any, and that's okay. So first we build a, squeeze my cheeks. First we build a crafting station. So you can't really do anything without one of those. Can't tear stuff apart. Can't build stuff up. Did I get the queen? I got the queen. So then, get rid of that. We got some stuff here. I don't care about that torch. I have my magical power, so I don't care about the torch. Didn't I? Oh, I picked it up, but I never put it back away. Okay, reclaim that. Confirm. And the hell with the rest of it. Okay, we're still trying to find black forest. I am not spotting any. We know there's some to the north of where we are, so I am going to turn north. And I used the mini-map to determine my direction, by the way. And we're looking for pine trees. When we see evergreens, we know we're in the Black Forest. These are great. We love those. Because the fine wood is for good stuff, like a good bow. And then an even better bow. We're getting close now. Big man, pig man. Oh, good stuff. And we'll decorate the place with bones. We're not to the Black Forest yet. I don't hear more bees. Now, one of the things you'll see here is where I get a sapling. That's because of one of the mods I have, and it will just grow that thing back. So we get what we can out of here, and then next time we probably won't be able to enter either. But, waste not, want not. I'm going to chop it down and take the wood. Another house. That's 3 houses in short range of each other. No chest in there. Not that other hunk of wood I chopped down. So now, just so you know, the club is normally not good enough for Black Forest critters. But this is a magic club. Look at it again. This club gives me 13 damage, use stamina 6, block power 3, which I don't care that much. Parry force 20, knockback 30, backstab 3 times, adds blunt 7%, so it's 7% more damage. And it adds movements. Oh, hold on. So he got staggered. That gives me staggered and backstab. Stagger damage plus 19%. So stagger damage is when I hit them, the chance of them throwing their arms up and not defending themselves is higher. Here is the Black Forest, and look right here at the edge we have a copper mine. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark that copper mine. What I'm really looking for right now is crypts. And when I find those, there will be skeletons that come and try and kill me. Skeletons do not obviously always mean a crypt. There are towers and other things that they inhabit, ruins, etc. But they will always be at a crypt. That sounded like... And if we find some, like right here, there is some, this will get us round logs, which are used for really heavy duty weight bearing. This is a pine tree, and it's going to give us 2 types of logs. One of which is round. Obviously different from the others. You didn't get to see those, sorry. So you can see there's some round logs. That's called core wood in the... Again, we're gonna beat feet for now. It is 12. Actually, we don't need to beat feet for now. Eat pretty soon. We need to conserve our stamina a little bit. No, I already have logged round wood from our last excursion, which hopefully you were watching. And if you recall, I always like to have 5 stone on me to build a fire should I get trapped away from home. Sorry, coughs hit me. Some more copper. that the one I already marked? Maybe not. It might be. It might be the same one. Alright, if it is. We really want to find a crypt, but we're not gonna. So, we're gonna head back to the barn. And we are that way. There's one of the houses we found. So, a shield will reduce your movement by 5 to 20%. The big shields are 20%. The little shields are 5%. Even the bronze ones will do that. So, yeah, watch what you're carrying, watch what you're wearing, because they can reduce movement. Bronze armor reduces your movement as well. We're getting back. It is about... It is about 1,400. We always need wood, so, and we always need meat. I haven't hunted much deer lately, and deer will give us upgrades to our outfits. So we want to think about getting deer. Half my life. Got involved in that half Now, I have my food on TFU. You don't have to. People put different things on there, like some people might put arrows on there. Well, in combat, I don't want to look in my inventory to change my arrows. I just want to push a button and it'll be the next arrow I'm using. And that's a perfectly valid reason to do it differently. I like it with food. I don't have a problem hitting my inventory and right-clicking one, and then I'm on a different arrow, so. Now, we're gonna want to, I got 2 things of trolls, don't I? These are both regular. This is not getting replaced maybe for a while. Troll. Why do I not have a troll cloak? I don't have enough of that. That says I only have 5. I thought I had 10. Maybe I'm thinking of a different character. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for tonight. For today. So thanks everybody for showing up for this video. We'll be doing more. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Hopefully the sound is right this time. I just upgraded to Windows 11. I had some problems because of it, so that is one of my problems. I think I got out of that whole transition, which not fun, but it doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna go and take care of this dude hanging up on my house, and then we'll see. Another day I'll do another video. In the meantime, be excellent to one another, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.